This is Robert Kraft, and I'm your host for SNN.Network, and we are a proud media sponsor for the upcoming Precious Metals Investor Summit, which is now going virtual, and you'll be able to see this interview up on their website very shortly. Now, who am I interviewing today? Great question. It is Darwin Green. He is the president and CEO of HighGold Mining Inc. It's a publicly traded company. I got two symbols for you. High, H-I-G-H on the TSX Venture, and HGGOF on the OTCQX. Darwin, great to have you on. Thank you for joining me.
Great to be here, Robert. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so let's dig right in. Can you provide our audience with a quick overview and history of the company?
Yeah, well, we're pretty new. We got listed in September of 2019. We formed around high-grade gold assets in North America, hence the name HighGold Mining. We kept it simple. And really, we're all about, our flagship is this Johnson Tract Project. It's in Alaska. It's in a very accessible part of Alaska, right on Tidewater. Phenomenal high-grade historic deposit there that kind of got forgotten for 25 years. We've come in and picked it up. We've done a lease with a native corporation, actually. It's a pretty unique setup in Alaska. And we're gearing up. We're cashed up and we're ready to hit it hard to make it a lot bigger.
You know, it's interesting how look, we cover everything, right? And it's interesting when you hear about some of these high-grade stories, especially in areas that have been just left alone for 25 years. And yet, you know, I know in the junior exploration space, you're always looking for that next high-grade area, especially district scale. So, I mean, how is this just left alone for 25 years and then you guys just happen to find it now?
Yeah, really good question. I mean, it's funny. I mean, I've worked in Alaska for about 15 years straight. You know, it's kind of an area I feel like I've got jurisdictional expertise, and it was a bit embarrassing. I hadn't heard of this project. It was that deeply buried. Really good mining companies had worked it in the past. A bunch of circumstances led to it going back to the owners, which is this native corporation. And I'll segue just a little bit here, just because it's kind of a neat history in Alaska. They created 12 regions, created 12 regional native corporations they selected lands for generating revenue, and they're for-profit corporations, with the shareholders being the indigenous people in the surrounding region. They got the great people to work with. They've got a lot of experience doing good deals and great partners for us. And they came to us. We created the company. We're all cashed up. You know, we got plus 20 million in the bank, and we got a wealth of targets to go test, and that's just what we're doing.
So what would you say that makes the company unique and different compared to some of your peers out there?
Yeah, I think this asset, I mean, it's very high grade. So there's a global endowment of about 900,000 ounces gold equivalent at around 10 grams per ton gold equivalent. So that's a high grade deposit. It's up there in the top 10% of gold deposits. But really what separates it is the width that we get. So it's a deposit that has these incredible thicknesses. You know, typically the grades we see are found in narrow, high-grade underground mines. This is something where we're seeing 20, 30, 50 meter plus true thickness. And those widths are normally associated with bulk tonnage or lower grade systems. We just happen to have this great grade with this width. And ultimately what that translates to is margin. You know, everyone talks about grade being a king, but it's really all about margin. And so you got your value of your rock and you got your cost to get it out of the ground. And the wider your zone, the easier it is and lower cost it is to get it out of the ground. So what we've got is the prototype, in my view, of the ideal deposit. And now we're focused on making it larger. I'm an explorationist at heart, so this is where the fun is now to make it bigger.
For sure. So I'm going out on a limb with a little bit with a metaphor. All right, here we go. This is a little bit, so it's surrounding the question having to do with the land package. And we hear about it all the time that companies have now, district scale versus just a singular project. And here's my metaphor. It's like that one product company versus, that conglomerate, where they have multiple areas. So this is all wrapped around into a land package question. So what's the size of the land package? And would you say, are we just working on this one deposit now, or is there opportunity for district scale here?
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a buzzword, the district scale, but it's, there's truth in it when it is used appropriately. So the deposit we're looking at right now it sits within a trend that you can, you can fly from the next valley over and the next valley over, and you can see the alteration that's associated, the hydrothermal alteration that generates these deposits. So you can track it out for 10 or 12 kilometers along trend with other prospects along it. The rest of them seen almost no work other than just early stage surface work. So yeah, no, absolutely. We feel like we've got a great starter here, and we're focused on growing that deposit. But at the same time, we're going to be advancing those other areas on the property to create the district play.
So you alluded to my next question a little bit earlier, and that's your background. You said you've had experience working in Alaska before, but let's get that full background before joining HighGold.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm a technical guy. I mean, I'm a geologist, economic geologist. I've got a master's degree, and I've been in a vice president exploration role for a number of years for different companies in Alaska. This with HighGold is my, I guess, breaking out to be a CEO. Really comfortable role for me. And, the one thing about a company, though, it's not about the CEO. I mean, it's not all about the CEO. It's about the team that you're able to build around you, and we're very fortunate to have an exceptional team in terms of technical depth and bench strength. So my BPX, Ian Cunningham Dunlop, huge amount of experience of success in the industry, and our project managers, a really great team. And I guess it's it is a combination of having the right asset and the right people to execute, and then obviously having the right market to execute in. And it looks like we're in one of those right now. So it's a great time to be doing what we're doing.
And then from what you can tell us, what would you say are some of the company's value catalysts now for the rest of 2020 going into 2021?
Yeah, I mean, all eyes right now are on our Johnson Tract. We've got a 15,000 meter drill program. I think when this airs, we'll be well into that. We're drilling sort of, through the summer, into the fall, into mid-October. So we'll have news flow from that drill program that extends, all the way through to Christmas, really. As we wrap up in Alaska, we'll actually be turning to drill in Ontario. So the company has a real nice sort of balance of assets. We've got 3 properties in the Greater Timmins camp in Ontario, Canada's top gold producing region. And they get overshadowed by Johnson because, we haven't yet pulled 100 meters of plus 10 gram type gold intersections in Ontario. You can't pull those everywhere, that's for sure. But they're really good quality projects. We will be drilling there in the fall as we wrap up. So that news flow will carry on into the new year. And really, it's going to be a drill bit driven story for us. If we can find more of what's been found to date, everyone should be all smiles. The pressure's on us to do the drilling, but that's what we're here for, and that's what we do.
No pressure. Listen, I'm not giving you any pressure. So no pressure here. Okay, I promise. All right. So with
that's
that,
my shareholders.
This is watching it now. With that, where can my audience go and find more information about HighGold?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, our website, we've got a lot of content there, HighGoldMining.com. Lots of presentations, lots of good video content too. It's a really attractive project area, so it shows itself well.
I got to say, some of these landscapes are beautiful when you see, when they're doing the aerial shots and looking at it, especially in beautiful parts of the world in Alaska.
Yeah, no, it is.
As long as it's done environmentally friendly, of course, and
yeah. Well, no, it's a great job to have. I mean, most of us get into this because we like working outside and we like the science and we like the thrill of discovery. One thing, I talk about the attractive attributes, economic attributes of the resource we're looking for, but it's really attractive on other elements too. From a permitting and environmental standpoint, it's the kind of project that you would mine underground. So it would be small footprint, high grade, low impact type of project, which is certainly more attractive, I think, to most. So, and also with the native corp interests, you're going to have royalties and cash flow go to the surrounding indigenous communities, which is, which feels good.
Absolutely. So with that, Darwin, thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Good luck, stay safe, and I look forward to our next update.
Yeah, pleasure, Robert. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Robert Kraft. I'm your host on SNN.Network, and we are a proud media sponsor for the upcoming Precious Metals Summit virtual investor event. It should be a phenomenal event. You'll be able to watch this interview up on the website there, as well as on our YouTube channel. And with that, thank you.
Cheers.